Okay, so the reason I came on here today is because it's been heavy on my heart. Um, there's a lot of people that are holding themselves back, like limiting themselves, preventing themselves from really stepping into whatever it is that God has for them. And and to be honest, a lot of people are not even aware. Like a lot of people are doing it and it's showing up in many ways, right? Like some of us are just lying to ourselves, okay? And some people are growing in certain areas, in great areas, right? In major ways, but then making excuses as it pertains to many other ways, right? So let's say you decided I'm going to get on my fitness journey, right? So I'm working out, I'm doing good, but then you're not eating right, or but then you still gossiping, or then you still partaking in certain activities, or dealing with certain people that bring your energy down. Not being intentional about the types of people that you're bringing around you and about the energy that they have, because that impacts your own energy. um, Not being honest and truthful about the things that need to be left behind, or the things that you need to walk away from. You know what I'm saying? Or just really looking in the mirror and lying to yourself about any number of things that you need to really just tap into or walk away from, let go, release. Like there is a lot of healing that needs to be done. And for some people, it shows up in overthinking, okay, in emotional ways, right? Not dealing with inner trauma, like just suppressing it, talking about it and being like, oh, I'm fine. But the reason why your relationships don't work out, and that's whether that's family relationships, romantic relationships, relationships with your children, coworkers, whatever, you're struggling in one of these areas or several of these areas because there's inner work that needs to be done and you're refusing to acknowledge that, right? You're refusing to look at yourself. And also, there's a lot of people that are denying themselves joy because once you release, you are able to fully immerse yourself in what it is that God has for you, or what it is that you were meant to be doing in the first place, right? Um, a lot of people are in their heads. They got the spirit of procrastination on them. They're doubting themselves. The fear of the unknown, the fear of this codependency we have to things and people and habits and you know what I mean? Like we have all of these attachments, these unhealthy attachments, and instead of acknowledging our own faults, we'll blame our situation, our circumstance, we'll blame other people, you know what I mean? We'll blame society or the world or whatever, when you really just need to take an honest look at yourself in the mirror and be real and be upfront and just say, you know what, there's some things I need to work on, or what do I need to work on? Why am I struggling with my finances? You know what I mean? Like what is it that I need to change about that relationship that I have with money? What is it about, what was my parents' relationship with money? And even deeper than that, right? Once you change your perspective, instead of looking at things like, oh, this person got issues, look at it like, well, why am I still dealing with this person? Why do I still engage in these behaviors that don't serve me? Why do I still hang out with these people that bring my energy down? Why do I really love this thing, but I'm over here doing this job and this doesn't feed my soul, my spirit? It doesn't feed me at all. I'm miserable. I'm coming home unhappy. I'm not spending time with my children. My children are not happy. Why am I not doing these things or analyzing these things deeper? Or I'm having health issues. Well, why don't I start letting go of things that are not serving my health? Why don't I start walking, moving my body more? Why don't I start, we have to start questioning ourselves and questioning the things that we do and why we do them, right? And this message is specifically for people who want to grow, right? Specifically for people who want to do better. People who are tired of making excuses. People who are tired of whatever it is that's going on around them. Sometimes you need to remove people that's around you. You need to check the people that's around you, especially when, you're in a situation where you're uncomfortable. You know, you don't trust the people around you. You should not have them around you. Okay? And we have to start getting very clear and firm with our boundaries, right? And if someone doesn't respect your boundaries, that is not your problem. That's their problem. Once you have explained your boundaries and identified your boundaries, you don't allow people to cross them. Now, if you're a graceful person, decide, well, okay, well, you didn't know, or maybe you didn't understand. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to correct yourself, because some people like to operate with grace. For me, it depends on which way the wind blows, baby. Because if I have set a boundary and you cross that boundary, I can go just as quick as I came. And more of us have to start being like that. And it's not about being mean or walking away or giving up on people. It's not even a reflection of not loving people or not caring about people, but it's about loving and caring about yourself so much. And the reason you created that boundary was to protect yourself, was to protect your mental, your emotional, your spirit, right? And you have an obligation to yourself and your calling on your life to stay in your highest frame of mind, your highest level of clarity, right? To operate at the highest frequency that you can. And I also want to say this too, for a lot of people that are holding themselves back and getting stuck in their heads, whether it's, like I said, procrastination earlier, or whether it's like fear and doubt. But there's a lot of people that are very gifted and talented. And I'm talking like things that you might have even put away, that you don't even think about. The type of things that if somebody said, well, hey, go do this real quick. Like, go lean. Remember that thing you used to like to do? Or remember that thing we used to do? Or that skill you had, or that talent you had, or that dream you had? Some people are really needing to tap into their gifts and their dreams. Like, right now is a time. There's so much going on in the world. There's a lot of projections about what is to come of the Black community in terms of our household income. Like, there's so many things going on, and there's a lot of fear, right? That energy does nothing for you, because what's going to happen is going to happen. You can't stop what's going to happen. But what you can do is fall in love with your life. Be present in the moment and fall in love with every opportunity, every gift you have. Fall in love with the little things, with the opportunity to spend time with your babies, your children, your family, to be able to pick up the phone and tell somebody, hey, I appreciate you, I love you, how you doing? Like, to be present in our conversations with each other. Fall in love with the everyday. And like I said, some people are really needing to fall back into things that they once loved, things that once filled their spirit up, okay? Like, whatever that is. For some people that might be writing, for some people that might be, I don't know what it is, double dutch. I mean, like, anything, drawing, like creative things, right? Things that spark your interest truly. Working on cars. Like, for so many people, it could be so many things. It might be singing, it might be speaking, acting, any number of things. But fall back into who you are at your core. Allow your inner child, your inner self to be free and be creative, right? Because whether you end up doing it for a living or just a pastime, a hobby, but I'm seeing, and I've been seeing this, you guys, for a lot of people, falling into things that you once fell in love with or once like enjoyed, it's going to bring a new path for a lot of people. It's going to open up doors for a lot of people. And I'm talking big doors. I'm talking abundance, right? Whether that's spiritual fulfillment or whether that's monetary fulfillment, baby. So get out of your own way, okay? Change your perspective and fall back in love with the things that make you happy, and be present.